New Etsy ads are on the way, an Etsy Handbook Redesign, awesome new tool feature that I'm going to talk about, and more in this week's episode of Seller News. Let's go. Hey everyone, what is going on? Hopefully you're having an amazing week so far, and this should be the icing on top of the cake. I'm back, LL, your host, your guide, host of the Handmade and Beyond podcast, host of the Etsy Seller News episodes that I do on Fridays as well, to give you guys the latest and greatest news, updates, things that are relevant to you and your Etsy business, or at least that's what I strive to do, is keep them relevant to you. So I have another really good episode for you guys today with some upcoming features and things that are going on in the Etsy world. But first, I just want to make sure that you guys have downloaded my Black Friday sales and promotion guide that I created just for you, so you can have a successful Black Friday sales event this year. Get more sales, get more revenue, and that is always the goal, and that's why I created this for you guys. You guys can get that at handmadeandbeyond.com/Black Friday, free download. What's nice about it is it breaks down and gives you the actual sales that you can run, some different sales ideas, and actually how to promote them. There's templates in there with how to do all that, so it takes the guesswork out of all that for you. I know sometimes with selling, with creators, we're hyper focused on creating stuff and making stuff to sell, but when it comes to actually marketing it and promoting it, that is where we need a little bit more help, and that's why I created that for you. So make sure you guys get that and download that today. All right, let's dive into the good stuff. Let's dive into the newsworthy stuff that's going on recently with Etsy and selling online in general. So the first thing I want to talk about today is the Etsy SEO. Josh Silverman just did I don't want to call it a keynote. He just did a couple of announcements, and one of the things that he covered was basically telling us that there's a new fall TV ad campaign coming, expected in November, to help boost sales and further help people recognize that Etsy is a major platform to go when buying gifts for the holiday season. So I think this is good. More advertising is always better. This is where the increased fees, they said with the increased fees, a lot of that's being spent on advertising dollars. And I have been seeing commercials already. I think Sunday night I saw a commercial for Etsy. So I don't know if that's part of this, but I'm already seeing stuff, which is good. So I'm sure we're going to see more stuff as we roll into the holidays to help create brand recognition and turn more people, more buyers on to buying on the Etsy platform. So it's always a good thing. It's always, I'm never going to complain about more advertising on TV, especially to reach more potential buyers, get us more traffic, get us more sales. So it's a good thing. All right, one of the other things that he talked about, or that Etsy has announced recently, is they are doing a handbook redesign, the Etsy Seller Handbook, which is all the policies, the procedures, what you can do, what you can't do, how to do things on Etsy. It is the Etsy Bible, so to speak, but they are basically redoing that handbook, re-releasing the homepage, redesigning the homepage. The goal that they said is they want to make it easier to find stuff, easier to locate the information that you need, and quicker, make it more concise, more succinct. And I do agree it is needed. The handbook hasn't been redesigned for a while, and when you go to search for stuff in the handbook, what happens usually is a lot of the topics are broken out into different articles, so you have to read 2 or 3 different articles to be able to get all the information that you need. And if you miss one of the articles, you're only going to get some of the information. So I do think that they need to put that stuff together in a more succinct way, where it's not just like different kind of articles where it's almost like you're searching on Google and you're finding different types of stuff, and you got to wade through that stuff to find out what you need. So I think that is, it's going to be good. I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. And there's a ton of information in there. So it's always going to be a little bit cumbersome, I think, to find what you need, just because they have to put all that information in there. But I agree they can do it in a better way. So hopefully the rollout is going to be a good thing and help all of us out. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is Etsy recently launched a virtual holiday selling event called Etsy Up. This is where they go in, they talk about recent trends, marketing, search. And what's nice about this is it was live, but you can watch the recording. It's like an hour and a half long. I watched it. There's definitely some good stuff in there. There's a lot of fluff in there too. But some of the stories in there are really good, inspiring stories. They talk about the recent design winners. So some of the stuff is really good, but they also talk about Etsy search, trends. So there is useful stuff in there. It's worth a watch. The nice thing is, since it is recorded, you can skip through the stuff that you don't want to watch and get to the good stuff. But you guys can get that and watch the recording at etsyup.com. And there's the CEO's video in there, and then there's the Etsy Up episode, the holiday episode that is in there as well, where it's going to go more into depth into that information. I'm not going to go into that into this episode, but it's there if you want to watch it. And like I said, there is some good stuff in there as well that you guys can probably pick up from those videos. So make sure you guys get that. Go there, check it out, see what you think about that. But that is all the stuff that I wanted to cover. Not a lot happening as far as relevant stuff, but those are the main things that's happening. So some pretty decently big things, especially with the new ad campaign. That should be pretty cool. So there is some cool things happening, but not a ton of stuff is happening. But I wanted to make sure I get this episode out and just go over those few things that are happening. The other thing that I wanted to cover, like I talked about in the intro, usually I do a tool of the week segment where I talk about a relevant tool that you can use to grow your Etsy business, help you with your Etsy business. And this is one I've covered before. The tool of the week that I want to talk about is Allura. And the reason I want to cover it again, not to be redundant, is because they just released an amazing addition to their tool plethora platform, to their tool belt. They released Email Sender. So usually we use Allura to do SEO, to keep track, to find good keywords to put in our listings, to keep track of what's going on, with our shop. You can view your competition. You can do a lot of stuff with Allura, but they just added Email Sender, so you can actually use Email Sender to build your email list and actually send out emails, different campaigns. What's nice is it's automated, so there's an automated function of it, so it's hands off if you're not really familiar with sending email marketing. But if you are familiar, and as you start to get more familiar, you can actually design your own campaigns and send out your own emails to your email list to further market and grow your business, which is amazing. This is the only tool out there, the only third-party tool that has email as part of it. There are other tools out there that does email only, but even them, like CraftKit, you can do emails, but you cannot send your own emails. It's only the automated stuff. This one, you can send your own emails. So it's a really, really cool platform. I'm probably going to do a video on YouTube, just a demo of it to show you how it functions, how to use it. Really easy to use, just like a lot of Allura's features and tools. Very user-friendly, simple to set up. Pretty much it's out of the box. You can edit stuff if you want to, but you can use it directly out of the box and start sending out emails, building your email list, completely automated, because it will send, you just basically turn on the campaigns. You can send out emails for people that get orders to leave a review, letting people know when your stuff is shipped, basically asking for feedback, letting customers know when orders have been delivered. All that stuff is automated for you, so it's really cool. I'll put a link below so you can check it out. Definitely, I use it. I love it. Anyone that's serious about Etsy should have a tool like this, especially there are many out there. I've always been a fan of Allura just because of the relevant features and its ease of use. So I would definitely recommend checking it out. I believe they still do a free trial, so there's a link below. But I wanted to bring that to you guys because I'm super pumped about the email stuff. A lot of people will get super stuck on social media, But email is the number one way to grow your business. Still, the conversion rates are way better than social media. And it's just a lot more daunting to set it up, and this makes things a lot easier for you. So I definitely would recommend you guys checking it out. But that is it for today's episode. I'll be back soon with another great episode for you guys. Have an amazing rest of your week and weekend. Talk to you guys soon.